couple of study periods this afternoon, so I should be able to get here by about 3.
Well, can't you make it any earlier?
It wouldn't go down too well with my tutor.
Well, it'll have to do, I suppose. As long as you've got time to check on everything, I don't want anything going wrong.
It'll be fine.
Well, it better be.
Getting your orders, are you?
She's a bit uptight this morning.
Yeah, well, she's got to show she's as good an organiser as Frank. Just hope it gets better soon.
Well, she giving you a hard time?
Oh, and a bit more. I knew Frank as my boss. Just getting used to her style.
Well, she's got all the style I need, and she pays my wages. Listen, shouldn't the kiddies horse and cart ride be further down there?
Yeah. But she got Seth's back up and he's stormed off. Told me what she can do with her kiddies corner.
She's not going to be pleased about that.
Yeah, well, if we play our cards right, she don't need to know.
Eh?
Well, is there a bit of time to cool off now? I'm gonna go and try and find him, persuade him to come back.
What if he doesn't?
Well, he's got to. He needs a job like the rest of us. In the meantime, if she asks any questions, we cover for him, right?
Yeah, it's okay by me. It's providing she don't use her charms and persuade me to talk. Oh, if only.
Good heavens, it's 8 o'clock. You ought to get some sleep.
I ought to get the pub ready for reopening.
I'm sure Jan or Kathy will stand in for you.
Yeah. Well, I better phone them then.
It's all right, I'll organise things. I don't want you worrying about anything. I don't mean to criticise, but I don't think that's going to help.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't seem to be able to get drunk anyway. Any more than I can sleep. Oh, Eric, I can't get it out of my mind. I mean, how could she? How could she sleep with him?
You mustn't judge her too harshly.
With that animal?
Well, she was desperate, frightened for her life. And it was her trade at one time. Sorry.
No, I still can't come to terms with it.
Look, you get some rest, eh? It's pointless you torturing yourself like this. I'll organise the bar, and then we can talk about it.
Eric, you're a very good friend. I don't know how I'd have got through this without you.
How did Alan seem when he got home?
All set for a night on the booze.
I'm not surprised.
All a bit of talk of the village by now. You know, gossip spreads around here.
Well, I did try to warn him.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You expected it to come out?
Well, there was always a chance. That's why I wanted to protect him.
Sure you weren't just protecting yourself as well?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I don't know what happened up at home farm, do I? Perhaps Shirley wasn't the only one trying to get Reg going.
Don't let's start all that again.
Well, you can bet the people in the village will be asking themselves that question, won't you?
I can't help what people in the village think. Quite frankly, I've got more important things to think about. Nothing happened between me and Reg, and that ought to be the end of it.
But it was you he fancied, always you. That's why he come back.
Yeah, but I divorced him and I married you. That ought to tell you something. Flowers and chocolates make me feel romantic. Guns and violence don't.
Oh, you're saying he forced you?
I'm saying nothing like that happened. But I can't prove it. You just got to take my word for it. Otherwise, you're never going to stop worrying about it.
So you're coming to this rally this after what? Well, Oh, come on. It'll do you good to get out.
Yeah, I know. I just can't face the inquest on where I'm going, what I'm going to do.
Ooh, you never used to let that bother you.
Yeah, still, it'll be better when we know whether the police are going to throw anything else at me. I can't afford any more trouble, mate.
There's not going to be any more trouble. You're just going to have a look at a few bikes, have a few laughs. Where's the harm in that?
Depends who else is looking for a laugh, doesn't it?
No worries. Kim Tate's hiding some top-class security.
Who? The SAS?
Better. Me.
The biker's bouncer, eh?
Hey, don't knock it. It means I can get us both in for note. Are you on?
Yeah, OK.
All right.
Right, well, that's all sorted out. Jan around the bar this morning, Kathy this afternoon, and Rachel this evening.
Well, that's very good of them all.
Yeah, it's a stroke of luck, actually. They're not opening the stables this afternoon because of the rally. That's why Kathy's free.
I suppose they've all heard what's happened.
I didn't ask. I don't think you should either.
It's not that simple, Eric. I just can't concentrate on anything else. I haven't even opened the post yet.
Well, you should. Could be something important, no?
No, it's just bills. They're hardly going to cheer me up, are they?
Do you have money problems, Alan?
No, of course not. God, I'd let the books get in a bit of a mess. I always relied on Shirley for that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I remember you mentioned it. And I did promise that I'd go over them for you.
No, Eric, you've done enough.
No, don't be silly. I'd be delighted to help. Tell you what, you get the books out and I'll go over them this morning, right?
Well, if you're sure it wouldn't be too much trouble.
No, of course not. You just get some rest and I'll sort these out. Don't want you worrying about anything. Bye.
I like your dress. Oh, thanks. Didn't quite know what to wear, really.
Want to be the boss, you mean?
That looks good. We've got no more lessons booked, so I thought I might as well close up now. Sure you won't be needing me this afternoon?
There is something you might do before you go. I was hoping you'd give Samson a good grooming before we let him loose on the kiddies. He ought to look the part.
Yeah, he's in the paddock.
I expect so. Nick'll know. Shame we can't give Seth a good grooming, too. Probably needs it more than the horse.
Kathy, you won't find Samson in the paddock.
Well, where is he then?
I don't know. Him and Seth have disappeared.
Well, you better hurry up and find them or you'll be pulling that cart yourself.
Damn.
I've made my mind up, Betty.
Yeah, you said.
So there's no point in you trying to talk me out of it.
I wasn't going to.
I've lived rough before.
Of course, it was easier when you were younger.
Ah, well, I know more about living in countryside than a wet behind the young one like David Glover. I can fend for my son.
Yeah, no doubt of it. You'll be doing your washing in river, will you?
I was thinking of popping round with it at weekend.
Hey, somebody might see you.
I'll come after dark. Bring you some rabbits, what pot and all.
Way, that'll be handy. Save on butcher's bills. We've got to count every penny. With Pollard still after his money.
Aye. Well, a countryman need never go hungry. I mean, there's wild berries, mushrooms, nettle soup, and when Kim Tate restocks that game farm, brace of pheasants for you any time you want them.
Oh. Well, you won't be needing these then.
What are them?
I made you some cheese sarnies.
Samson might be glad on them. Well, come on, lad. Let's be on his way. Come on.
See you at the weekend, Seth.
I thought I might pop round to Needs. You know, see if you're all right. Woman on her own and that.
I can't find Seth anywhere. Him or Samson.
Ah, well, happen they don't want to be found.
Well, he's supposed to be at the Heritage Farm this afternoon, doing the rides for the kids.
I suppose Kim Tate'll have to arrange some sort of show herself. She could always play Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians.
This is serious, Betty.
So's what she's done to Seth.
Do you know where he is?
He's out in Wales, scraping a living from land. That's what she's brought him down to.
Look, I'm really sorry about what's happened, but this isn't gonna help, is it?
There comes a time when you've got to stand up and be counted, Nick. You can't always be giving in. The Tates seem to think they own everything, everybody.
They do own everything.
Yes, well, it's time people in this village remembered there's more important things to life than money and profit. That's a lesson I should have kept in mind before I got involved with that concert. I forgot the true spirit of Woodstock.
Yes.
Right, I'll take over, Jan.
Oh, thanks.
Alan?
Well, he hasn't even come into the bar. Vic Windsor went in to see him, said he looked in a bad way.
Thanks. Do you think I should try and talk to him?
He's had a bit to drink, so I doubt you get through to him. I think the best way we can help is by looking after the shop. Shall we stop for lunch? I can recommend the sandwiches I made them myself.
Good idea. Maybe you can introduce me to Mr. Turner's other barmaid. She looks lovely.
Alan, sorry to bother you again, old boy, but this won't wait.
Is something wrong?
I'm afraid there is, yes.
You found a few mistakes in the accounts.
I don't think mistakes is the word that I'd have used.
Well, I did say I had let them get in rather a mess lately.
The problems date back further than that.
Oh, when Shirley was doing the accounts?
I'm afraid so, yes. That's what makes it so awkward.
What do you mean?
Well, I suppose with her background, she couldn't be expected to know too much about bookkeeping, but...
Well, she always did the accounts for the drop-in centre. Actually, she'd been to evening classes. She was rather proud of that.
Ah. I was hoping inexperience might be an explanation.
Eric, you've got to tell me what's wrong.
Perhaps you can throw some light on these invoices.
What have these got to do with the wolf pack?
I was hoping you'd be able to tell me. And there's some rather odd entries in the accounts. Yep. And there and there.
I don't understand any of this.
Well, I suspect Shirley's the only one who could, and unfortunately...
I seem to owe rather a lot of money.
I think that's the least of your worries, Alan. I'm just glad that I got to see them first. Right, well, I think I'll put these under lock and key for the time being until we know what we're going to do, eh?
Do?
Alan, we both know Shirley was a fine woman, but if in order to got to see these books, he would be forced to the conclusion that she was not only swindling you, but she was also involved in large-scale fraud.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Well, you're just going to have to do it yourself.
Well, I can't, Kim. Samson's gone as well. Look, does it really matter? They're all motorbike freaks. That's all they want to see.
We advertised kids' rides. What we promise, we deliver.
Yeah, well, I'm a gardener, not an entertainment manager.
We'll get something organised, or you might not be either. Problems?
No, what gave you that idea?
You seem to be talking to that policeman for a long time. Is he expecting trouble?
No, we were just talking about the relative merits of horizontal cylinders and V-twins.
See.
Oh, there's not going to be any trouble. So all this rubbish about bikers being mindless tearaways it's just a myth. It's created by tabloid newspapers and old Marlon Brando films.
Maybe. But I'm paying you to keep your eyes skinned.
And that's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm just sick of Kim getting on my back, Kathy. You're going to have to do something.
Nick, I can't.
How about another one? And yourself?
I won't be a minute. Thanks. Look, there's no one else to run the bar.
But I'll do it.
OK, I'll get up there now.
Oh, yes, Kathy. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Thanks.
You're a bit of a dark horse, aren't you, Nick?
Hey?
I didn't realise you had such a way with women. You're trying to chat that barmaid up all afternoon. Tell you something, though. She's a married woman.
Yeah, I know. And she's also my sister. Another pint, was it?
Didn't know you were a motorcycle enthusiast.
I thought Luke might be here. I love the dress.
Oh, thanks. Checking up on him?
Well, he'll probably think so. I'm just a bit concerned. Things are still a bit edgy at home. How about you? Is Frank turning out to be a good patient?
On the surface. Talking about finding new hobbies, taking things easy. I don't believe a single word of it. Although it might stop him organising the kitchen cupboards.
That bored, is he?
We put off the wedding. He's already making plans for a new date.
It'll give you something to look forward to.
Yes, and something to organise. Next, he'll be making suggestions about the business. Before we know it, he'll be driving himself straight towards another heart attack.
You won't let it get to that.
No, I'm trying not to. It's hard for him to admit that I can run things as well as he did, I guess.
You seem to be rather enjoying that side of things.
Why not? I've always had plenty of ideas. Now I've got my chance to try them out. No, this rally looks like being a big success.
As long as it doesn't attract the wrong sort of people.
Mrs. McAllister, how nice to see you.
I find that hard to believe.
But I've been worried about you. Heard you got a brick through your window. Terrible breakdown in family values. And the police don't do anything, do they? Even let murderers run around free these days. Makes you want to take the law into your own hands, doesn't it?
There are plenty of policemen around the farm if you have a problem.
I'm not the one that's got a problem, lady. Is your boy here?
No.
Shame. Tell him I'd like to have a little chat with him.
Can't you get them thrown out?
They've done nothing wrong. And I doubt they will unless...
Unless Luke turns up, you mean?
I think it might be better he didn't, don't you?
I thought you were proud of organising this. Are you going to let a bunch of louts like that dictate who's allowed in?
It's not as easy as that.
It's no use, Eric. I may have had a few drinks, but I know what you're trying to do.
What do you mean?
I'm not a complete fool. You can't pull the wool over my eyes.
I wouldn't dream of deceiving you, Alan.
It's okay. I know you were doing it for the best of motives, but it's right here in front of us. Shirley married me for my money. She intended swindling me all the way along.
Well, it would certainly seem that way.
And I should have known, right from the start. Enough people tried to warn me.
You know what they say? Love is blind.
Yes, and stupid. How could I have thought that a woman like that would love me?
Well, she did seem a reformed character.
Yes. Yes, I mean, somebody who puts in all that work to the drop-in centre, they can't be all bad.
Unless that was a sham, too. I mean, it would be a perfect cover for all sorts of criminal activities. People coming and going, no questions asked. And the council were very keen on closing it down. Perhaps that's what attracted her to Reg. And she tried to form an alliance and it all went wrong. I'm sorry, Alan. I'm letting my imagination run away with me. I'm sure her motives were simply self-preservation and the protection of Viv and all the others.
Well, whatever the reasons, she's taken them with her to her grave. At least I can start to forget her, no?
I only wish you could.
How much to give me a ride?
These are for the under 12s. It doesn't go by mental age.
This lot giving you trouble?
Not really.
Where's your mate, Biff? Hasn't he got the bottle to turn up?
Looking for me?
Perhaps I should turn the whole thing over to the police.
I can't let you do that, Alan. Think of your reputation in the village. Imagine the scandal.
I mustn't let that stand in the way of doing what's right.
There is another reason. It's quite possible the police might think that you are implicated, that you and Shirley were planning it together.
But I knew absolutely nothing about it.
I know that, you know that. But it'll be difficult to prove, and mud sticks.
What on earth am I going to do? Because I have to present figures to the brewery and the auditors, and it's bound to come out.
We could destroy these and make up a new set.
I wouldn't know how to start.
Well, you wouldn't. I'd do it. I'm ashamed to admit, as an auctioneer, I do come across a few shady characters, I'm sure. They could advise me, at a price, of course.
I couldn't let you take a risk like that for me.
Well, there's no other way. But of course, there'll be people to be paid off for other expenses.
Will it cost a lot?
No, not that much. But it'll be worth it to keep your name out of it.
Yes. Yes, perhaps you're right.
Don't worry, I'll handle everything. The less you know, the better. We'll settle up after it's all over, eh?
I really don't know how to thank you, Eric.
Pleasure's all mine, old boy.
Oh, it's a quacker, isn't it? Or should I call it chicken?
That's quite enough of that. Now, either you enjoy the rally like everyone else, or leave. The choice is yours.
We don't want any trouble. I'll see you later.
I think it's probably best if you go home, Luke. I'll refund your admission, of course.
I've done nothing wrong.
You can't send him home and let them stay. That's like saying it's Luke's fault.
I don't give a damn about this feud. I just don't want it on my land, spoiling my rally. It's the easiest way to stop it.
I think you're making a big mistake.
When I want your opinion, Biff, I'll ask for it. Now, you better stay with him a while. Then he can slip away when things have calmed down a bit.
Did you sell the bike?
A lot of people were interested.
How interested?
Well, you know, they said they'd ring back.
And you've come back with more spares than you went with.
Yeah, but I got a lot of bargains, though. Look at these.
You're hopeless, Vic. This was nothing to do with making money. It was just another excuse for playing around bikes.
Yeah? Well, it wasn't much fun, I can tell you. The Dingles turned up. Looks like things were going to turn ugly.
Always does when they're around.
Yeah, it was all right. Kim Tate threatened them with the law. That soon quietened them down.
Oh, don't you believe it? I know the Dingles of old. Nothing quietens them down. They've just been waiting their time.
I told you we'd see you later. Any last requests? Glad you brought your radio, officer. We appear to be having a bit of trouble with the motor. Maybe you could contact the AA.
Echo Tango 3-4 to control. Yes, I found them. They're on
You can't always be this lucky, McAllister. Sometime, someplace, we're gonna get you. And you know it as well as I do.